So, as we journey forward, let's embrace the power of self-discipline. Understand that it's the key to unlocking our full potential. It's the tool we need to carve out the life we dream of. It's the bridge between where we are and where we want to be. With self-discipline, there's nothing we can't achieve. No dream too big, no goal too distant. I want you to hold on to the idea that self-discipline is your ally, your strength, and your guide. It's the light that leads you through the darkness, the force that pushes you when the road gets tough. Embrace it, nurture it, and watch as it transforms your life in ways you never imagined. Let's continue this journey with the determination to strengthen our self-discipline day by day, choice by choice. Together, we can make the impossible possible. Let's turn our focus to a challenge that many of us face. The twin hurdles of procrastination and laziness. These are not just mere inconveniences. They are the thieves of time, the enemies of progress. They sneak up on us, whispering sweet lies of later, and in some days. But let me tell you, later's a dream killer, and someday is a thief of potential. Procrastination and laziness, they're like quicksand. The more we give in, the deeper we sink, and the harder it becomes to pull ourselves out. Think about it. How often have we said, I'll start tomorrow, only to find that tomorrow brings its own set of excuses? It's a cycle, a dangerous loop that spins us around and keeps us from moving forward. But here's the good news. Just as we can fall into this cycle, we can also break free from it. The key, action, immediate, deliberate action. It's the antidote to procrastination, the enemy of laziness. Now, I know what you're thinking, but it's hard to start. And you're right, it is hard. Starting is often the hardest part. But remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. It's about taking that first small step. It doesn't have to be a leap, just a step. The magic lies in the momentum you create once you start. It's like pushing a car. The initial push takes all your might, but once it starts rolling, it gets easier. So, how do we start? First, by setting clear, achievable goals. Goals that excite us, that ignite a fire within us. When your goal is clear, your focus sharpens, and procrastination loses its power. Then, break these goals into smaller tasks. Tasks so small that it seems almost ridiculous not to do them. It's about tricking the mind, making the task seem so easy, so doable, that procrastination has no room to creep in. And what about laziness? Laziness thrives in the absence of a compelling why. You need a why that's so powerful, so compelling, that it pulls you out of the comfort of inaction. Your why should be like a beacon, guiding you through the fog of laziness, reminding you of the bigger picture, the reason you're doing what you're doing. But remember, it's not just about the external goals. It's also about respecting yourself. Every time you overcome procrastination, every time you choose action over inaction, you're building self-respect. You're telling yourself, I am worth the effort. My dreams are worth the effort. And believe me, there's no feeling quite like looking in the mirror and knowing you've kept a promise to yourself. That's the kind of self-respect that builds empires, that changes lives. Also, talk about our environment. It plays a crucial role in overcoming procrastination and laziness. Surround yourself with reminders of your goals, with people who inspire you to act. Create an environment that encourages productivity, one that makes it easier to start and harder to quit. Remember, our surroundings often shape our actions. Make yours a breeding ground for success. And not forget the power of routine. A solid, well-structured routine can be a fortress against the onslaught of procrastination and laziness. When you have a routine, you don't need to waste energy deciding what to do next. It's already laid out for you. This frees up mental space for creativity, for productivity, Now, overcoming these challenges is not just about brute force. It's also about understanding the root cause. Ask yourself, why am I procrastinating? What am I avoiding? Often, procrastination is a symptom of fear. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of stepping out of our comfort zone. Address these fears, confront them, and you'll find that procrastination loses its grip on you. And in those moments when you do fall prey to procrastination or laziness, don't be too hard on yourself. Remember, we're all human. The key is not to dwell in that space. Acknowledge it, learn from it, and then step back into action with renewed vigor. Celebrate your victories, no matter how small. Every task completed, every moment of laziness overcome is a victory. Celebrate these, cherish them. They are the stepping stones to greater successes. It becomes clear that the building blocks of success are often the smallest ones. I'm talking about habits. Yes, habits. Those little routines, those daily acts that we do almost without thinking. They might seem insignificant on their own, but cumulative. They hold the power to transform our lives. This is where personal growth either blossoms or withers. You see, habits are like the threads in a tapestry. Each thread might seem inconsequential, but together they create a picture of our lives. The quality of our habits determines the quality of that picture. Good habits lead to a life of strength and beauty, while bad habits lead to a life that, like a poorly woven tapestry, can easily come undone. Think about this. How many of our days are spent on autopilot? We wake up, go through our routines, and before we know it, the day is gone. Now imagine if those routines, those habits, were all designed to propel you towards your goals. That's the power of intentional habit formation. But how do we form good habits? It starts with awareness. You must first become a keen observer of your own life. Ask yourself, what are my current habits? Are they serving me or holding me back? This level of self-awareness is the first step towards meaningful change. Once you've identified the habits you need to change, it's about starting small. Too often, we try to overhaul our lives overnight. That's like trying to lift a weight too heavy for us. It's unsustainable. Instead, start with small, manageable changes. Want to exercise more? Start with a 10-minute walk each day, not an hour at the gym. Small successes build momentum, and momentum leads to bigger successes. But forming new habits isn't just about doing. It's also about unlearning. It's about breaking the chains of old, unproductive habits. This is where discipline comes in. The same discipline we talked about earlier. It's about making choices that align with your new goals, even when it's uncomfortable. Remember, comfort is often the enemy of growth. And speaking of growth, let's not forget the role of consistency. Consistency is the secret ingredient in habit formation. It's not what we do once in a while that shapes our lives, but what we do consistently. This might mean making small sacrifices, like waking up earlier or turning off the TV to focus on a project. These sacrifices might seem significant in the moment, but in the grand scheme of things, they're the price of success. Now, forming new habits is not just a solo journey. Surround yourself with people who embody the habits you want to adopt. We are, after all, social creatures, and we're heavily influenced by those around us. If you're surrounded by discipline-focused individuals, it's much easier to adopt those traits yourself. And remember, habits don't just impact our actions. They shape our... Every time you practice a good habit, you're not just getting closer to your goal. You're also telling yourself, this is who I am. You're building an identity as someone who takes action, who values discipline, who strives for excellence. This identity becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, propelling you. But be honest, change is hard. Old habits die hard, they say. There will be days when you'll falter, when the old ways will beckon. In those moments, it's crucial to remember why you started. Reflect on your goals, your dreams, your vision for your life. Remind yourself that every habit, no matter how small, is a step towards that vision. And when you do slip up, don't beat yourself up. Growth is not a linear journey. It's a series of ups and downs, successes and setbacks. What matters is not that you stumbled, but that you have the courage to get back up. Each time you do, you're strengthening your resolve, your discipline, your commitment to your new habits. Now, talk about the power of routine. A solid routine can serve as a framework for your habits. It gives your day structure, a rhythm that makes it easier to incorporate new habits and discard old ones. Think of it as scaffolding for your life. As you build new habits, this scaffolding supports you, guiding you upwards towards your goals. And as you work on building these habits, be patient with yourself. Habits are not formed overnight. They require time, repetition, and persistence. But the rewards are worth the effort. Imagine waking up one day and realizing that the habits you once struggled with are now second nature. That's a sign of true personal growth. Embrace the power of habits. Let's recognize them as the tools they are. Tools that can build us up or tear us down. Let's choose our habits wisely, cultivate them with care, and watch as they transform our lives, one day at a time. So, as we wrap up this part of our discussion, hold on to the thought that your habits are shaping your future right now. The choices you make, the routines you follow, they're writing the story of your life. Let's write a story of success, of growth, of becoming the best version of ourselves. With the right habits, there's no limit to what we can achieve. Let's continue to build those habits, step by step, day by day, until they lead us to the life we've always dreamed of. As we navigate the landscape of habit formation and personal growth, we inevitably encounter challenges. It's as if life tests our new habits, our newfound discipline, at every turn. But here's a perspective I'd like us to consider. What if, instead of viewing challenges as obstacles, we see them as opportunities? Opportunities to grow, to learn, to become even stronger. You see, challenges are a natural part of life. They're like the weights in a gym. Without lifting them, we cannot grow stronger. When we face a challenge, we're presented with a choice. To retreat in fear or each time we choose to face a challenge head-on, we're not just overcoming that particular obstacle. We're building resilience, we're honing our problem-solving skills, we're stretching the boundaries of our capabilities. Think about some of the greatest achievements in history, in science, in art, in business. Were they born out of comfort and ease? No. They were born out of challenge, out of the need to solve a problem, to overcome a hurdle. It's in the crucible of challenge that greatness is forged. But how do we turn challenges into opportunities? It starts with mindset. A challenge viewed through the lens of fear and doubt is a barrier. The same challenge, viewed through the lens of growth and learning, becomes an opportunity. It's about asking, what can I learn from this? How can this make me better? Let me share a secret with you. The most successful people are not those who never face challenges. They are the ones who face them, learn from them, and use them as stepping stones to higher ground. They understand that on the other side of every challenge lies an opportunity to advance, to improve, to emerge stronger and wiser. Now, I won't sugarcoat it. Facing challenges head-on is not easy. It requires courage, determination, and the willingness to step out of your comfort zone. But remember, the greatest growth often happens right at the edge of our comfort zones. When you push yourself beyond what you thought was possible, That's where you find not just success, but fulfillment as well. Another key to turning challenges into opportunities is adaptability. In a world that's constantly changing, the ability to adapt is invaluable. When faced with a challenge, ask yourself, how can I approach this differently? What new strategies can I employ? Flexibility in thought and action allows you to navigate challenges more effectively, turning what seemed like roadblocks into stepping stones. It's also important to embrace support. No one achieves greatness alone. When faced with challenges, lean on your network. Mentors, colleagues, friends, their wisdom, experience, and encouragement can be the catalyst you need to transform challenges into victories. And not forget the power of reflection. After facing a challenge, take a moment to reflect. What worked? What didn't? What did you learn? Reflection turns experience into insight, and insight is the key to turning future challenges into opportunities. As we move forward, let's carry this understanding. With that, challenges are not just hurdles to be cleared, but opportunities to be embraced. They are the crucibles in which our greatest selves are forged. Every challenge you overcome carves a little more of the masterpiece that is your life. Remember, diamonds are formed under pressure, and so are the strongest aspects of our character. So approach challenges with a sense of anticipation, not trepidation. Let's look at them as questions waiting to be answered, puzzles waiting to be solved. And as we solve them, let's celebrate the growth they bring. Let's acknowledge our progress and use it to fuel our journey forward. Challenges are an inevitable part of life, but how we respond to them defines our journey. They can be roadblocks, or they can be stepping stones. The choice is ours. Choose to see them as opportunities to demonstrate our resilience, our adaptability, our strength. With this mindset, there is no challenge too great, no obstacle too daunting. Together, let's embrace our challenges, transform them into opportunities, and in doing so, transform ourselves. As we stand at the threshold of this new beginning, let's embrace the essence of what we've discussed. It's not just about the words spoken or the ideas shared, but about the actions we take from here. This is your moment, a moment for action, for stepping boldly into the life you've envisioned. It's about taking everything we've learned and putting it into practice. Your journey, unique and full of potential, is waiting for you. It's a path that only you can walk, but you don't walk it alone. Think of the lessons we've shared as companions on this journey, guiding you, supporting you. The power of self-discipline, the mastery over procrastination and laziness, the strength of positive habits, and the ability to transform challenges into opportunities. These are your tools, your allies. What step can you take today, however small, that will move you closer to your goals? It might be setting a new goal, making a plan, or simply deciding to break free from old patterns. Whatever it is, the important thing is to start. Take that step with confidence and conviction.
Another one in the book. Stay focused. Remember, a little bit every day. We're gonna get there. All right? No excuses, no equipment, no gym.